Brookville will have breakfast at Calfee with Grafton on Friday morning. Chris Glaize, head coach of the Bees, joined me on the Sports Buffet podcast. We review Brookville's victory against Hidden Valley and more. Chris Glaize, head coach, Brookville Bees, on the Sports Buffet podcast.
Chris Glaize said it best, and I think he sums up the feelings of lots of spring coaches. If they're talking to Bob Alvis at this time of the year, things are going good. Chris Glaize joins me. He's the head coach of the Brookville Bees. And, Coach, you get the job done against Hidden Valley, but, you expected a tough game from the Titans. Tell me what you saw out of Jason Taylor's squad.
Well, we had a scouting report on them that they were first ball fastball hitters. They were a very good fastball hitting team, and you could see from the leadoff second pitch of the ball game that was hit up in our parking lot that they were going to be aggressive swinging the bat, and that they were. So we were lucky that David had the curveball going and kept them off balance a little bit. But they were as tough and as aggressive as anybody we faced.
When you get a scouting report and it says, so-and-so is a good fastball team or so-and-so is a good breaking ball team, without giving away too much strategy, you can't not throw them a fastball or you can't not throw them a breaking ball. What's the best way to kind of mix something like that up?
Well, again, Coach calls our pitches. He's our pitching coach, and I'll let him handle that. But you have to pitch off of your fastball. You have to show fastball. You can't just throw breaking balls. So you have to pitch off the fastball so that everything else works.
You got past Hidden Valley, which moves you ahead to the state semifinals. Before we talk about the opposition, do you keep everything the same? I know you got a game Friday. Do you keep it all the same in terms of routine as much as possible? I know it's a 10 a.m. start, which is a little weird, but
yeah, we're the same. Our practices are the same right now. A lot of ground balls, a lot of front toss. We're keeping things the same. We feel it's in our hands. It's up to us, and we're worried about Brookville High School right now.
How superstitious do coaches and players get at this point in the season?
I guess all of us are pretty superstitious in our own way, but I'm pretty superstitious.
And we kind of touched on it in the last time. How important is it to keep the train moving and, to keep on as regular of a schedule and, not to mess things up because, like you said, you guys have been winning. You guys have been winning.
Yeah, they moved our game to 10 o'clock Friday now. Instead, we were supposed to play the 1 o'clock game, so I was happy with the 1 o'clock game because everything was going to stay the same. We were going to drive down before the game, and then we were going to drive home, and if we won, we were going to drive back on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And basically our routine stays the same. Now we play at 10 o'clock, got to be on the field at 8:30, and we have to go up there tomorrow and spend the night. It's not something that I'm looking forward to doing. I don't like to change. I don't like these kids not sleeping in their own beds, and I'm kind of concerned about that. But hey, it's baseball; they got to get used to it, and the other team has to do the same thing. So it's pretty even.
Grafton is no slouch. They've had a very good sports season, advancing to the state Final Four in football, basketball, now baseball, and I know they got some Division I talent on that team. Based on what you've heard or know about Grafton, what concerns you?
Well, I hear they're pretty gritty, 1 through 9 in the lineup, and that concerns me a lot. Again, don't know a lot about them. We're scraping together scout reports now. Haven't heard a whole lot about them, but they're 24-2 for a reason. But I got 3 recruits that are going to Longwood, along with Travis Burnett. 3 D1 guys in the lineup. That's pretty stout. So yes, this is going to be a tough matchup for our kids.
We've talked about Golding and some others here lately from your squad. Who else has maybe stood out to you that maybe not necessarily gets their name in the paper or gets their highlight on TV, but Brookville couldn't win without them right now?
Well, I'll tell you, Andrew Ewing last night hits that grand slam, and that's probably one of the biggest hits in Brookville history. I would say one of them. I know there's been a lot. Jim White's had a lot of them, but I would imagine that ranks up there with the best of them. Without that last night, I don't know if we can win. Ewing. How about Evan Mitchell the other night against a great Jefferson Forest team in the regional championship game? How big is he? Chase Bryant is really seeing the baseball right now. He's very confident. He's very good behind the plate. And again, I'll say it again, Gunnar Saunders makes us go. He gets on base. He's been hit 16 times this year. He takes walks. He's a gritty player, and he's got about a 500 on base percentage. So it's lineup. Somebody different every night picks us up, and I think that's a sign of a good team.
Any knowledge of what Calfee Park provides dimension-wise, or is it just another field?
Well, it's a bigger ballpark, but that doesn't affect us one bit. We're not a home run hitting team. Of course, we got the big one last night from Ewing, but I think that's 7 on the season. We're not a home run hitting team. We're a gap team. Again, we're going to scratch runs across. We're not a big power hitting ball club.
Do you think at all, I don't want to say fear is the word, but do you think your guys are going to be in awe? Because I know that is a minor league park, and you don't, unless you play at City Stadium, you really don't see a lot of parks with sponsors on the wall or anything like that. Do you think at all your team is going to be awestruck, and how quick can you get over that?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a lot of adrenaline and a lot of excitement about playing in a nice ballpark. It's like my American Legion teams. We bring these teams in to Liberty University when these other teams play on high school fields, and you say, "Do you have an advantage?" The answer is, "We have an advantage." No, because these teams come in excited about playing on a nice field. It's the same thing for us. We're going to go down here, and these kids are going to be excited about playing on a big stage on a great field.
I don't know that baseball is really the momentum sport of basketball in terms of, you can get on a 23-2 run, stuff like that. Baseball, the momentum is a little bit different just because of the pace of the game. Are you concerned if you guys get behind and get in a hole? Or, because I've been to Calfee before and seen some teams get behind very early, and it seems like it's tough to crawl out if you get in a hole in the state tournament.
Well, last night I was a little concerned. He had a home run, and then they safety squeezed the run across. We were down 2-0 in the third inning. It starts raining here. You're worried about a 5-inning game. That's the first time I think we've been behind in this tournament in postseason play. And I generally try to score first. I like to score first, and I think our percentages go up. Our chances to win go up if you score first. So that's my thinking. I try to score first. But a little concerned last night that the kids dug in and they responded, and like they've been doing this whole tournament. So, we're going to battle. I can promise you that.
What was the demeanor of the kids once they see somebody else get that first run rather than you all?
Well, it's like last night. They were stone cold. It's an intense look. It's other kids speak up at our huddle, our pre-inning huddles. They're ready to go. They pump each other up, and it's about doing things for each other. Again, somebody's got the leadoff man's got to get on so we can do something, and these kids know that they're bought into it, and they're just. I'm telling you, they're just focused right now.
We've kind of touched on this in previous interviews, but do you really think you guys? This may sound stupid, but do you think you kind of have forgotten how to lose since you're on such a hot streak?
I don't know if we've forgotten. Hey, I don't want to experience that. I can tell you that. We don't want to. Yeah. No, it's again. I've said this before. It's right now. It's in our blood. These kids think they can win this thing, and I think that's the most important thing right now is believing in ourselves and each other. And they're so used to winning, and they expect it now. I think that's a great thing.
You got to go 2-0 at this point to hoist the trophy on Saturday. Give me the final keys that you think can get Brookville 2 more victories.
Well, the hardest 2 games of the year right here. The final 2. Well, we got to continue to do what Brookville does, and that's pitch it well. Got to continue to do what we've done in this postseason is make plays. Don't give extra outs. We got to continue to do what we've done. We got to get leadoff guys on. We got to be able to bunt guys over. We got to execute. We got to be disciplined at the plate. We take walks, hit by pitches. We got to win the freebie war. We call them freebies. We have to win that war, and we got to scratch runs. Okay, and I think we'll be okay.
Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck against Grafton on Friday, and Saturday Radford would be awful nice to play there at RU.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bob.